Alright guys, so got a little voiceover here of a workout. So this was the first workout I did of this workout on my program. It's a new program. Just ended high school sports here. Basketball season just ended, and then I was going straight from that from football. So I couldn't really lift super heavy like I was wanting to. And I haven't done like an actual written out program in over about a year. And I mean, I've definitely made some progress on my physique, but not a ton. So I was really excited to get to it. So here's the program for today. 5x5 deadlift, stiff-legged, sumo 5x5. Just that rep range and sets so I could go heavy and still get some volume. And then some hamstring curls, just a ridiculous amount of volume on those, which I had never done those for that kind of volume, and I definitely was feeling it. And then some calves. So just getting ready here. Honestly, it was scary because I've kind of jacked up both my SI joints and during past year of playing sports and lifting. And I think it comes down to just bad form and probably some imbalances. So, obviously, I like making videos and editing them and stuff. That's fun. And that's part of why I did this whole YouTube thing. But a big thing, too, is I'm excited to be able to look back and just see where I was at. And, for this video, for instance, I'm able to see my form. So, this first set here, I was not dropping my butt low enough at all. Here's Zach hitting it, warming up. But, yeah, I just noticed my butt was not going down far enough. And I was almost kind of making, a two-stage lift, legs then back, which I know is, a big no-no. Here's Brock doing his thing, knocking it out. So Headband Kid's Brock. Zach's the one in the hoodie, sleeveless hoodie. Nathan's over here on the right next to Brock. And then you guys know Jack. And then, obviously I'm the one in the sweatpants and the hoodie. So here's Nathan doing some stuff. So back to form and YouTube and stuff. So here's my second warm-up set. This one was a bit better, to be honest. I did get a bit lower. Some things, though, on the form, just I need to get lower, I know, and then bring the bar closer to my body, too. I was kind of hanging out over. Here's Brock, otherwise known as the living meme. Just absolutely beasting 225. So we went up 225, and I decided that'd be a safe weight to try and start back with. It just sucks because, for instance, sets of 5 reps. About a year ago, I could do 315 for 5. And I was smaller, but it was just the way I was training, I was able to do that. And it just sucks, with injuries and just not being able to focus on training. Just the fact that it's gone down. But so first working set, definitely not the best form, And I'm happy I did film this, and I'm also happy I didn't go too heavy this day. So that way, when I'm back in next time, I can really work on the form. And, obviously the weight's going to go up a lot just with the amount. I'm hitting deadlifts twice a week on this program. And obviously, the workout I did today, it's 3 different kinds of deadlifts technically. So just, hamstrings, lower back, glutes, all that stuff should hopefully be on the way back up. And just hitting legs again. Throughout the season, I was trying to hit them here and there, but hitting legs and then going running at basketball practice for 2 hours, or hitting legs and then having to go out on the football field, it's just not the best feeling, to be honest. And so I did a little bit of stuff to maintain, but like I said, some injuries also had me set back a bit. So my legs, they're not the worst they've ever been, but they are pretty skinny at the moment. So here was the second set, I believe, of 225. It felt pretty good overall, but it just felt good to be trained again. And honestly, my back, Sonny has his SI joints, especially my left one recently. I definitely felt it after the first 2 sets. So I didn't know if it'd be a good idea to deadlift. But by the end of the workout, tonight is actually when I'm doing this voiceover, I'm feeling a lot better, straight up. And I don't know if it's just from adrenaline or whatever, and I don't know if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and my back's just gonna be absolutely shot. But as of right now, I think getting back to training, and not pushing it too much was smart, and it'll overall help. So here's 315. Nathan and Zach hit it, and then Brock hit it. Here's Jack doing it. He's just hitting it for a single. I went ahead. I wasn't planning on doing it, but it honestly was just too annoying to do 225 when I knew I could do more. So I went ahead here. Once again, not the best form. Very choppy, like legs, then back. Again, Nathan was hyping me up. That one's a bit more clean, but very choppy. But I was super hyped, and the boys were hyped because I wasn't planning on doing that. So here's 365. Nathan got some ammonia, get that adrenaline up, hit that for 2, looking like a beast. And then Zach's getting all ready, getting his belt and stuff. And 365 was my old max back when I did max deadlift, which was forever ago, probably 8 months ago, maybe even longer than that. This is my first time deadlifting in a long, long time. The goal, and like I said, I like to have this video so I can look back at progress and stuff. So the goal is hopefully when I'm looking back at this in, 6 months, I'm able to do 405 for some reps. I think that's pretty attainable. I think hopefully I can do it before that mark, but at the same time I want to be somewhat realistic here. But yeah, 405 for a couple reps, I'd be pretty happy with that in about 6 months. But the main thing for me is just getting the form right so I don't get re-injured. Like, I really want to get a better base, work on my core a lot more and stuff like that, so that way I can progress in the weight and be okay with that. So there was Zach 365. Here's 405. And this was straight hype. He's done this before clean, but none of us had really deadlifted in a long time. So here he goes up. Oh man, I wish I had a side angle. I thought he was about to pass out there, but we were all super, super hyped on that, and I know he was too. And I'll put a link. He actually has a YouTube channel too. I think he only has a couple videos up, but he has one. I think he's planning on making some more. And I think in his video you can see him doing 405 cleaner, if I'm remembering right. So here I counted that 315 for 3 as one of my 5x5s. And here was what I'm, considering my 4th set. I went back down to 225. Like 315 felt good, but for one, I wasn't hitting it for the rep range I had set. Here's Jack doing his thing. I didn't hit it for the rep range set, 5. And right afterwards, my back kind of hurt, to be honest, so I decided to go back down. Now, the perk of doing that, too, is it then made this weight feel a lot better. And so, this set here at the end, there you can see my legs. I just don't. On the way down is my big problem. I just been straight back. And Zach was telling me, once I get the bar to my knees, I really just pretty much need to sit down. And I think he was super right on that. So next deadlifting sesh, hopefully I can get cleaner. Yeah, here's him telling me, trying to coach me up a little bit. So I had done my 5 sets, but I wanted to get one extra rep with what he was telling me, trying to start lower. And then on the way down, still kind of been in the back. So now we're moving on to stiff-legged, and I did not film nearly as much. I didn't film every set and all that of the rest of the workout because I just realized how much time this video is going to take just based on the normal deadlifting. So I think I only filmed this one set of stiff-leggeds. My right leg was bending a lot more than my left, which was kind of alarming. So definitely something I got to keep in mind moving forward. But I hit 3 for 8. I don't know if I did 8 on that first one to warm up on, but 3 for 8 on stiff-legged, get the hamstrings fired up. There was Zach repping it out. So we did 3 for 8 on that. And then it was sumo time. And I've sumoed a few times before, but I never really stuck with it or did it for actual sets. I just did it to kind of try it out. And my legs are so long, so it's hard for me to really get in that optimal sumo form. But This is one of my 5x5s on sumo. I think I might hit 6. I hit 6 on one of them, but as you can see there, me hopping up at the end, I get these really weird cramps between my toes, which I know sounds weird for most of you, but those of you, if you ever have had that, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is the most uncomfortable thing ever. So here, sumo again. I started getting that foot cramp though, so I told him to cut it off. Went back and finished it up, but yeah, I didn't want to have. We started running out of storage on the card, so finished up the deadlift portion. Here was the hamstring curls. This is my first set. I did it 2-legged for 15, and then here, the last 4 sets I did 1-legged. This was the 5th set here. I did these 1-legged to try and, just in case there was any kind of imbalances with my hamstrings, doing them 1-legged, I hoped I could isolate it and maybe help even it out a bit more. But you don't want to do 1-legged stuff before you do a compound. Like, you don't want to do this and then deadlift, because if one of yours is weaker, then you could injure it during the compound. But so, knock that out. And honestly, doing a 5x15 is something I've never really done, especially for something like a hamstring curl. And man, I was feeling it, and I feel like tomorrow I am going to be feeling it. Then calves, as you can see, I mean, my legs in general are basically sticks right now, but the calves especially have always been bad. It's always been a weakness of mine. And so I'm currently have 2 days a week hitting calves, and I might up it to 3 just to really hit volume on this program. And then here's me just repping out some calves. I always did them really slow in the past, and I heard doing them quick gets those fast twitch muscle fibers in there going. So I tried to kind of switch up my calf form. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that voiceover. Definitely something different. This is the first day of the program. It'll be interesting to look back and see where I'm at here in a couple months. But yeah, just enjoy the rest of the video. It's just a little montage of what everybody else was doing.